Today's question of the day is how to grout joints and tile. Basically what you need for this is a spatula, a grout float, a sponge for wiping the grout off, and of course get lots of grout. Start off by putting a little bit of water in the bottom of a bucket and simply add the grout to it and add water until you get a nice sandy mix. It's called a sandy mix because it seems sandy when you mix it. You don't want it to be too wet, otherwise it won't cure properly and it'll seep and it just won't do a very good job. So you want it to be a dry sandy mix. So I'm fairly happy with the consistency now. It's wet, but not too wet. It's not running. It's holding its form. I would call it a low swamping. So basically, what you do to apply this is take your grout float. You start off in the back corner of the room and you work your way towards the door. You don't want to, again, paint yourself into a corner. Just take your grout, place one of it on the floor, and take your float and just press it into the joints. Really messy, but don't worry about making too much of a mess. Press it into the joints. Make sure that it gets right down into the bottom of the tile and adheres to the mortar and the sides of the tile as well. Take your float and work in a diagonal motion like this and pull it across the joints. After about 5 or 10 minutes, you want to take a damp sponge and run it across the joints to clean up this excess grout and clean up the lines as well. And just lightly go over it. Don't press too hard because you don't want to pull the grout out because it is still wet. So again, just dampen your sponge. Don't put too much water on it. And just work kind of diagonally across the joints. Pull the grout out. And then let it sit for about 12 hours before you start really walking around on it. And you're done.
So when you've got all your grout down, you're going to want to seal the floor now. And what you want to use is a water-based grout sealer. You can pick this up at any hardware store for about $10. Just use your sponge and put it onto the joints and let it dry for about half an hour. Recommend using 2 to 3 coats. I actually recommend using 3, that way you've got a good seal. And then when that's done, that'll just keep the tiles and the grout waterproof and you won't be able to stain the grout. If you have any other questions about grouting the tile, go ahead and email me, blake@roundtube.ca, and I'll be happy to answer that question for you.